secret information, not fit for public ears.
It's just that Marge Simpson image where she's just, I just think it's neat. All right, friendos, we live.
Heck yeah.
And no one will know until the push notification goes out in 5 minutes.
Thanks, Twitch.
Yeah, you're right. Thanks, Twitch. I wish I could just send the push notification, like, you know, whenever I want.
I found setting up like a bot to ping in Discord to be way more effective.
That's true too. I need a bigger Discord. We need fans in here apparently.
Yeah.
I need a fan in my room apparently.
Sometimes manageable to put everything in one Discord. Sometimes it's easier to keep it separate.
Yeah.
I have seen both.
Make sure everything is working. We had some really weird thing on YouTube happen where it was just like a green screen last week, so I had to re-upload the VOD from Twitch. Not sure what happened. Very weird. Alright, juice acquired. Now we not tired. Let us play some D&D today.
Right.
Hooray! As a reminder, our good friend C-Swab is still out because of scheduling issues. Sad. Peppa hands. And is currently still handling things at the docks while you all procure a Nightbloom for a picky merchant. Now, before we get into that, let's do a quick recap, shall we? And then we'll get right back into a little bit of gardening today. Oh, I think I need to fix Azrael before I swap over. Someday we will have the tech where it will just... It's Monday, and Monday means it's Azrael's avatar, and then Wednesday means it's Rain. You know what? We're just not there yet. Perfect. What? I just fixed that. My God. Of course, it was logged out the whole time.
Rude.
Azrael's head is back. Hi, Azrael. Hooray!
That's important.
Yeah, we need to know who was speaking at any given time. All right, there we go. Welcome back, everybody. Good to have everyone here on yet another horrible, terrible Monday. But let us get through the week together. Hopefully we will all avoid the fires that are currently raging around our areas. And stay cool, because I'm looking at the 105-degree thermometer that's in front of me right now. And currently sitting in my room with no pants. Not gonna go into the, like, you know, extreme detail, but definitely is a pantsless affair. And I hope you all join me.
Everyone, quick, take off the pants.
Everyone!
I barely remember what pants are. I've been working from home for so long.
Right, I have like 2 phases, which is sweatpants, and then occasionally pushing booty shorts. And that's it. Just gotta rotate between the most comfortable, like, things you could possibly put on your lower half. And that's it, I just got 2 things. But the sweatpants are right out in 100-degree weather. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Alright. Previously on Arctis, to appease the group of picky merchants who are very reluctant to continue doing business down at the Maginox docks, Coslow and friends have promised them a small token. Something that one of the merchants greatly desired, as well as some various common flowers, such as twilight orchids and whatnot. One of the merchants wanted a Nightbloom. And when you broach the topic with the owner of the Nightbloom garden, Catherine Ravensblood, she seemed to chuckle at the idea and said that the Nightbloom was rather irate from a rather recent event and was in a weakened state, feeling very vulnerable. He was not particularly keen on releasing any of its seed pods to pretty much anyone. And she said that the Nightbloom itself was much too big and much too dangerous for you to gift a certain unwilling merchant. Or, excuse me, an unassuming merchant. And while she said no to the entire Nightbloom, she did say that if you managed to get past the Nightbloom's irritation and potentially hostile reaction, that you could procure one of its seeds to give to the merchant, and he could grow it in whatever manner he wanted, and whatever unfortunate events would unfold from growing that seed would be his fault. And so, Catherine granted you permission to enter the Nightbloom garden on a couple conditions. One, she strongly suggested to please don't use fire magic while plants are in their pots. So she kind of said just no fire magic. But if you used fire magic when the plants were outside of their garden areas and on the tile, that seemed fine, right? Nothing else would catch on fire, surely? Needless to say, that was the case. But however, if there were any plants touching other plant tiles within the Nightbloom garden, you would surely set some of the place ablaze and make Catherine, who you were very much looking for an ally within this Maginox court / upcoming monarchy system, Catherine seemed like a willing ally, unlike a lot of the nobles in the area. But nevertheless, you all continued through the Nightbloom garden, dodging some living sensing plants by blocking Coslow's poor fleshy body with your undead ones, and had some discussions with the Nightbloom gardeners inside. But now, with some angry old man plants put down, the Nightbloom stood before you. And then you could ponder your next move. Would you procure the seed from the Nightbloom and give it to the the greedy merchant? Or perhaps you would take a couple and keep one for yourself. Let's see what happens. As the chaos at the docks and, your attempts at bringing order to the area continue. Let's return to the Nightbloom garden, where you all have just finished a battle with the angry old man plants. With most of you doing okay. Grabella's a little bit worse for the wear, but
It hurt.
I think we're okay. Let's begin. One moment, please.
Considering that the damage that Grabella has taken, is like collectively like less than a tenth of the total damage she's actually been dealt, I think that's pretty good.
Yeah. She has been tanking quite well today. Or at least the last week?
Yes.
As you all stand amidst the Nightbloom garden, Azrael's spiritual weapon floating amidst the reeds, you have at least caused the razor leaves to retreat back into their burnished ferns and nestle back into the ground where they belong. The angry, irate plants, now, well, missing a couple leaves and having their roots thoroughly trimmed and beaten, are much calmer now. And even the hungry arbor site to the south seems a little bit more at peace. As you look around, the massive Feyward tree, a construct as opposed to some naturally grown plant, made of cold iron, stands like a very interesting statue in the middle of this giant garden pot. And around the other side of the pot, within a swarm of glowing purple butterflies, a massive pod sits in a semicircular outcropping of the Nightbloom garden. Its midnight blue exterior is dotted with tiny white stars, and vines or fronds wafer around it, it's sensing and feeling the wind currents of the air. The pod is currently closed and cracked open, just very slightly, allowing a small amount of light to come through. But the light is silvery, moonlight, as opposed to a sunny-like glow. And the butterflies or moths that are hovering around the Nightbloom seem to be attracted to this strange magical light. Grabella, Azrael, and Kozlo, what do you do?
Health potion.
Grabella, you take a health potion from your belt and give it a solid drink.
Trying to see. Okay, there's the one I want to use. Oh,
I'm just gonna fill up the chat log a little bit. Don't mind me. You can target yourself and hit that healing button.
not bad.
Not bad for the 4d4 plus 4. Grabella, you look and feel better as the strawberry-tasting liquid goes down smooth. Your rage wears off.
Is there anything that has been dropped by these razor leaves? Any seeds? Anything interesting?
Yeah, do you want to search the corpses?
Yes, plus.
Well, I should say search the fronds that have fallen off of them.
Just a little bloody pile of leaves.
Just little leaves. Yes, one moment, please. Let's see if you will.
The grumpiest leaves.
Grabella, if you double-click this guy, you can sift through him. The razor leaf, as you kneel down, seems to have some very valuable and shiny-looking, like seed pods, almost covered in a metallic substance. They could probably be sold for a good amount.
Let's pick up these leaves and stuff. So we can, if the murder guy doesn't want them, maybe we could sell them or use them for legitimate stuff for you, Azrael.
Oh, okay.
And I was splitting the money. My goodness. They had so much money on them. Azrael, you have money.
Oh no.
Oh no.
How long will that last?
Well, we're getting to the point now where we acquire more money than Azrael can frivolously shovel out of their bags.
Between
This
the flattened leaves that have razor sharp edges that could probably be used for medicinal purposes, and the pungent smelling dead bark that has come off, that you have chopped off the razor leaves, you definitely think you could get a pretty penny from these relatively rare reagents. That was a hell of an alliteration.
Grabella will gather all the leaves and put it in her bag.
Rebella, you are quickly gathering up all of the valuables from the various razor leaves. And you are quickly left with not much more than just a few sharpened shards laying on the ground, some of them singed by your fiery axe. Azrael, you creep closer to the Nightbloom. What do you do?
It's very pretty. Is it moving at all, or is it pretty stationary?
It is relatively stationary. The only thing that you see moving is the pulsing of light coming from the small crack at the top of it, and the moon moths that are hovering around the light.
Has Azrael ever seen anything like this in any of her or any of their past lives?
You make me a history or a nature check, whatever you prefer.
What do I prefer? Oh, actually, we're pretty good at history. We'll throw a knowledge of past life in there too.
I was gonna say Grabella could help with nature, but probably not
I will
history.
As I said I was going to, so I'm gonna do it. If I
Ooh.
find it. Hang on.
Oh, we're gonna add to it? Alright.
I said I was gonna do it, so I'm gonna do it.
You're gonna do it.
Ta-da!
Holy crap. Azrael, as you search deep down for some history on the Nightbloom, you seem to recall that ancient druids of Maginox were said to use Nightblooms in some of their preservation-like rituals, and it said that the Nightbloom could put druids in a temporary form of stasis in order to, quote-unquote, prolong their lives by removing the nights from the days. However, Nightblooms bloom only in darkness, and the druids of Maginox that wish to be preserved in order to keep the nights at bay would find themselves eternally trapped within the Nightblooms if they were not careful. For they do not open unless they are there are very specific circumstances.
Oh, Caslo, Grabella, come look.
Yeah. Here, stay close, cause I don't want you to get eaten.
It's dirt magic.
Dirt magic.
Yeah. The druids they make magic with the dirt, and they make the pretty flower that then they I don't know, they sit in for a really long time. They sit in the dirt. In the
Oh, that's cool. I wonder if I could be dirt magic or if I am dirt magic. I really
dirt
need to learn
magic
more
is the-
about being a genasi.
Maybe dirt magic was the friends we made along the way.
Yeah.
Yes, the druids that would slumber within the Nightblooms, if they were not woken by the very specific criteria they previously set, would slumber for all eternity.
You
Or at
guys
least until
think
they were
there-
absorbed by the Nightbloom.
Do you guys think there could be a really, really, really old druid in there?
Probably. I
He's
mean,
like fell asleep and he's been stuck there for centuries.
there's gotta be something special going on here. This place is fancy.
If there was, would that be a good thing or a bad thing?
Grabella and Coslo, make me a nature check.
Let's see how naturey I am. Oh, that's not the right thing.
Borp.
Not naturey at all.
Oh,
Coslo, on the other hand, is the earth.
Grabella,
I'm also dirt magic.
Coslo
We are
is
all
the one
dirt
of dirt
on this
magic,
blessed
really.
day.
Grabella, as you gaze upon the pod, big pod. It is probably about 15 feet tall from the floor to the end of the pod, and its feelers that it's waving in the air. Extended to probably 20, 25 feet tall. It is a massive bloom. There are vines coming up in front of it. Oslo, as you gaze upon the pod, you notice that the crack in the pod, where normally a flower's petals would overlap and not really allow you to see into the center, some of the petals have wilted and pulled back, showing off this glowing inner core of what you think is moonlight that it is producing. The feelers around it do not seem to notice the moon moths. But as you all are talking and discussing it, you notice some additional slight movement. And as the feelers wave around very slowly, you hear just a very slight cracking, as if the plant was dry recently and is now recovering. And you can see just by some of the cracking of the petals and the wilting of the feelers behind it that the Nightbloom has been put under some sort of stress recently, and is probably recovering. Also with a 21, the feelers in front of it that are on the ground, you have a feeling that it can sense your footfalls if you walk on the floor.
I think it knows we're here.
What?
I think the plant knows we're here.
Oh,
I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, though.
It's a smart plan. Maybe.
Well, those granddad plants were really loud. They were shouting many obscenities.
Yeah, that's true. It looks really big. If there's a person in there, they'd have to be friggin' huge.
Well, maybe it's really roomy on the inside.
I'd like to live in a tree.
Maybe we should knock on the front door and see if anybody's home.
Yeah. Wait, how do you do that with a tree?
I don't know, but it's up to you guys, because everything here keeps trying to eat me.
Yeah.
Well, those angry racist granddad plants certainly tried to eat Grabella.
Hello, plants.
You hear grumbling from angry razor leaves hiding in the trees.
Yeah, Grandpa, go take your nap.
They hiss at you from their moistened perch.
No, it's not a phase, Grandpa. Okay, I guess I'll go knock on the door.
Yeah, I don't. Oh wait, you mean like over here? Okay. I was looking at the tree. I'm very easily distracted today.
Oh, Grabella's been looking at the tree the whole time.
Is this the Nightbloom? Guy
Is
with
this the
butterfly
Nightbloom?
That explains the nature check.
Look, I rolled a
actually.
7. We're going with this, and totally not because I have a headache. It's fine.
Okay, I'll go knock on the door.
Okay.
Kozlo, as you watch Azrael step closer to the plant, you notice that its feelers begin to waver about a little more aggressively.
Hello.
I think it's getting angry.
Oh, okay. Hello, is anybody home?
Azrael, make me a nature check with advantage now that you're a little bit closer.
We'll throw knowledge from a past life into for shits and giggles.
We're delving deep here today.
I always forget to use it, so...
The plant appears to be showing off a display of intimidation, as it's currently in a weakened state from something. And as you look around, there are some signs of uncleaned scorch marks on the walls. That perhaps the plant was subjected to fire or light relatively recently. Is rather loath to have company. With that nature check, you do understand that the Nightbloom is semi-sentient. It is still a plant.
Did you make friends with the new thing you're probably gonna take home somehow?
Well, maybe not this one. This one's very large. I don't think I have a big enough pot. Just looking at spells. It seems to be casting off moonlight, you said, from the center.
Yes, it is.
Azra will try. Doesn't like sunlight, but it seems to cast off moonlight. So we'll cast Moonbeam, like right here. Just close enough that like one of its feelers on the ground can like pass through it and see how it reacts.
As you summon the beam of silvery light from the ceiling, it bathes close to one of the feelers, and slowly, with a shuffle, it slides across the floor and dips into the moonlight.
Oh,
Just-
does it like that?
It seems to like pat around it and then kind of rests in the moonlight for a moment, and the center of the bulb begins to glow just a little bit brighter. But
Oh,
the feelers are still wavering in a rather hostile manner. It seems to appreciate the gesture, but still does not seem to like your presence.
well, we could just, if it likes it, then we can move the moonlight up so it can bathe where it's comfy.
Azrael, Gabella's gonna have the rare good thought of handing you her crown that has the moonstone on it.
Oh, you're a pretty tiara, Garbella.
Yeah, it's a moon rock, isn't it?
Oh, is it? I don't know.
I think it was.
Okay, do you Do you think it wants to eat it?
Oh god.
Chest.
I don't know why it had a chest.
Chest.
And why it decided to announce itself very fucking loudly. Say it again, I'm sorry.
Chest.
Say it with your chest.
With your whole chest.
It did. It's 25 pounds. It's a lot of chest.
My god.
I don't know. If you feel like you'll be, maybe it'll like the rock. We could pop like one of them out or something.
Oh, like bedazzle it?
Yeah, or like, I don't know, does it eat it? We said like dirt magic and moon magic, and this is like kind of both.
Grabella looks confused but feel like she's onto something.
Well, I'm not a dirt mage. I don't think I am. Actually, maybe I am. I don't think it's that kind of dirt, though.
I guess I could try too. I just, I know you seem to be making it happy.
I don't know that I'm making it happy. It's still, like, angry.
Asriel, as you watch the moonlight bathe the Nightbloom in silvery light, the feelers begin to droop, and the light that is emanating from the small circles at the ends of them goes out. The Nightbloom pulses happily, as it appears to be sleeping. Asriel, you can make me a insight check, please.
Sure. Nope.
Nappy nap. The Nightbloom is fat, fed on moonlight, and is apparently chilling.
Oh, I think it's happy. Or sleeping. Or fat and happy.
Grabella will still pop a couple of rocks out of her crown and put it back on her head and dare to get close and put them near its tendrils or roots or something.
The few tendrils that are on the ground are currently not moving around, and you place the stones next to them, but you get no reaction from the Nightbloom. Grabella, you can make me an insight check.
I'm so good at those. Oh,
I'm so good at those. 20.
I was being sarcastic. What is
Hey,
this?
natural 1 followed by natural 20. High five.
High five!
Yes, so.
As you move closer to the pod, and you can kind of look a little bit within the crack that is seeping out moonlight now that it's nice and still. The moonlight is coalesced in the center as some, like a corona of light, and little tendrils, little wisps of moonlight are exiting out of the top of the crack. Inside, deep inside, the Nightbloom, you can see other thick midnight blue petals, but these are shriveled and crispy, as they look like they've been dried, or the Nightbloom wasn't, quote-unquote, watered for some time. And these leaves will not grow back, but amidst a coil of blue vines that are covered in crescent moon-shaped thorns, you think you see a central pod. It's way down at the base of the Nightbloom. We'll probably have to hax through some of that dead, cracking, and dying plant matter anyway. That's the first thing I'll tell you. The second thing, Grabella, with that insight check, you can definitely tell that the Nightbloom needs a little bit of pruning, and that it is very hesitant to release its seed pods, even though it is far past time to do so, probably because of the recent stress. The second thing I will tell you about the Nightbloom is that the moonlight in the moonbeam, if moonlight is cast on the Nightbloom, it will be stunned for an entire round.
I think I can, like, trim this up a little bit and get what we need to get. I got a water skin. Anybody got some water?
No, I don't drink water.
Okay. Are you able to
Hold on.
keep that beam going again if it, like, disappears?
Yeah, I could. It's up for, I don't know how long is it up for. It's up for a minute.
Okay, it seems like it's making it feel better. This thing has definitely done some stuff. That had stuff done to it or just been stretched out, like I said. I'm going in, boys.
Oh, okay.
She kind of crawls up and she gets out like a small knife and she starts like carefully pruning it. She does have a little bit. She has a bit of knowledge of nature and plants. So it's not like her best thing, but she's doing her best to only remove dead parts and kind of clear away.
All right, Grabella. Grabella, you can make me either a nature check or an attack roll. And I will let you choose. I'm giving you a target, just in case. Whichever one you choose. If you win the nature check, the Nightbloom's hit points will go down by a quarter of its current hit points.
If I hit it or if I don't hit it?
If you make your nature check. If you just hit it, it will go down by the amount of hit points you hit it for.
Okay, she's definitely being careful. She's gonna give it the water from her water skin, and we're gonna.
Grabella, you crawl up and into this silvery crack of the Nightbloom, and as you fall inside, you notice the significant amount of rot inside of the Nightbloom that was currently bathed by light so bright that you couldn't see it from the outside, but now that you're close up, you can see some of the kind of yellow, festering, almost pustulant-like growths on the inside.
Can she remove these? Or try removing one and see how they go?
Absolutely.
Because the pus things look unnatural, correct? Or
They do.
like,
They
it's
definitely
sick.
do. Mhm.
Okay.
1 second, I have to...
Yeah.
Grabella, but with that 18 nature, you can identify these as foreign to the Nightbloom, and you can try to remove them. 1 second, you did succeed on your nature check. And so, as you cut away some of the offending, dying parts of the bloom, so it doesn't have to put energy towards it. Also, you can see that the feelers on the outside, where Grabella probably cannot see at this point, begin to perk up a little bit. But the Nightbloom still slumbers. Hold on a second. Some math.
Yeah. Azrael and Kazo will probably see her chucking this nasty stuff onto the ground away from the plant as best that she can as she does her work.
I think it's working. I don't really know what it's working to do, but I think it's working.
Yeah, I think it's sick or something bad happened to it, so I'm hoping it'll be nice to us as long as we're helping it.
Aren't there supposed to be gardeners here?
Right? What the hell? We're gonna yell at those flower crown ladies.
Next, Grabella, as you try to excise the rotting pods on the inside, you can make me either a nature or a medicine check. This requires a careful hand.
I think we're gonna stick with nature because we ain't good at a doctor. We're definitely having a hard time seeing.
Grabella, you do not make the nature check. But I have to move the Nightbloom slightly.
Yeah, you're good.
And as you take your knife and cut into this pustule, it explodes. And you feel
No.
acidic sap stick to your hair and your armor. And it is incredibly sticky, like tree sap. And it refuses to come off your fingers, no matter what you try to do. Any sort of medicine checks that are going to require physical dexterity are going to be made at disadvantage until you are de-sapped.
Oh man, this stuff in here is sticky and gross.
It also smells terrible.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
rotting compost and plant matter. The round passes. Kozlo, Azrael, and Grabella, what are you doing? As the moonbeam continues, the Nightbloom seems to be recovering very slightly. 1 second. Math. Current hit points.
Do you want damage from the moonbeam for each round, or you just want to? Is it
The
just
moonbeam is
absorbing
not
it?
doing damage.
Okay, it's just stunning it.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Hey, Kazo,
Yeah.
can you make... I know you usually make sticky things. Can you make the opposite of that?
Can I make the opposite of that?
Unsticky things?
And sticky things?
Can you?
Do you just want something that doesn't stick to things, or do you want something to make sticky things not sticky?
The second one, because one of these popped and I am covered in disgusting goo.
I can cover you in grease, but I don't know if that'd help.
Clearly, if she is too sticky or stuck, grease is the obvious answer.
I could try dispel magic on it.
Oh, you definitely could do that.
Let's see. It has a 120 foot range too, so I can do that from back here. Alright, I will attempt to dispel magic the sticky.
Dispel the sticky.
Dispel the sticky. Kozlo, what form does your dispel magic take?
I think in this case it would be like some sort of gas that he like blows using his caustic at Grabella. So like a cloud appears around her.
Grabella, inside the pod, for a moment, a viscous fog enters the moonlit chasm. And you feel the sticky, sappy syrup that is covering you slowly start to slide away from your body. As you wipe
Oh,
your
that's-
hands on your armor, it is gone.
That is definitely working. Keep more of that ready just in case.
All right, I will keep exactly one more of that ready, just in case.
Oh god.
And Grabella just whispers to herself into the plant.
Very glad he hasn't figured out how to do that with his farts.
Grabella
goes
on the inside
Back
of the
to
plant.
helping.
Aside from the rotted pustules, as you step underfoot, you notice that some of the roots and vines are softer than the others. Make me a perception or a medicine check. Whatever is higher. Your DC is 14.
Oh god, I don't know that either of those are higher. You said
Perception
perception and
Or-
medicine?
or medicine. Or nature with disadvantage.
Oh, YOLO at perception. Hey.
You lift your foot and you spy a single rotting root, one that is closer to the body of the Nightbloom, and is spreading its rot to other smaller roots in the system. Probably good to cut that out. And you do, with relative ease, as you remove the softened root and allow the moonlight to bathe it in a healing aura.
Yeah, I think I found what was making it sick.
She chucks the root out of it towards Azrael, not to hit him, just to get it out of the plant and onto him.
The
floor.
wavering tendrils that were sitting behind the Nightbloom are no longer limp and kind of floating about aimlessly, but they stand up straight and make a very impressive peacock-like crown from behind the Nightbloom. Seems like you have cured some of its wilting.
I think it likes you.
Oh?
Like, I think it likes you.
Oh. I don't feel good about that. But I am glad I'm helping it, because I think then... Well... It wasn't producing these seeds or letting the seeds go because it was sick and hurted.
Which
Well, you
is
are kind of like a bee. You're kind of like what a bee does right now. You crawl in the middle of it and you pollinate it.
Yeah.
she will look around to see if there's like any major pustules left.
While you've scraped most of them from the inside of the Nightbloom, there are some of the petals around the inside and the outside of the crack that are wilted and crispy. It would be good if you pulled those away and allowed for new petals to grow in its place. Grabella, you can make me either a athletics check or a nature check to make sure you don't rip any other petals in the process.
Today we will be athletic about petals. Oh wow.
Ooh!
We should have been nature about petals.
Grabella, you grab some of the crispy petals around the outside, and with a snap, you kind of pull some of it off and toss it on the ground near Azrael. That couldn't have been good for the plant, but it doesn't seem to change its demeanor any.
Yeah, I'm not doing as good of a job getting these hurted petals off as I'd like, but I think overall this is gonna make it feel better.
Maybe Kozlo should use some of his special gum on you.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
And Kozlo will like start to walk over.
You gotta come here, though. I can't reach you.
Well, you could go right up and reach in, Kozlo.
Grabella will reach her long arm out, finally accepting the goo as much as she doesn't want to.
Embrace the gum.
Oh, oops, I guess that on myself.
Guidance gum!
Oslo was so sparkly for a second.
Grabella, you can try that roll again. However, if you fail, the Nightbloom will rouse.
Okay, so I roll that again, and then
It'll be
Am I-
your athletics plus a 1d4. Because you are guided.
oh, see, I completely proc that wrong. I rolled the d4 in the equation instead of using the extra button.
Oh,
That is the number it should be, regardless of me not knowing there was an extra button. If that makes sense.
yeah. Grabella, you finally rip away some of the dried and crispy leaves from the core of the Nightbloom. And you toss them out with, and they land on the ground with a very loud crunching noise. The Nightbloom doesn't seem to notice that, but as you peel the leaves away from, the petals away from under you, you now expose the central seed pod. Now it is quite out of season. The seed pod itself is locked closed by a semi-chitinous plant-like shell. And at this point, it's going to require some cutting to get out. Grabella, you have done all that you can do by naturing, tearing away petals, and surviving some rather sticky sap. But at this point, you're going to have to get a little bit physical with the Nightbloom in order for it to open up its seed pod.
Okay. I think I'm gonna have to, help it along, so to speak. Just be prepared with your stuffs.
Grabella, you will get one surprise round on the Nightbloom. And then combat will start, as the Nightbloom will no longer be stunned by the moonlight. I also don't suggest using fire spells.
Oh yeah, definitely. So Grabilla's gonna go for this seed thing. Is this a roll, or how would you like me to approach this?
Well, you're gonna have to make an attack roll. You get a free round of attacks. Maybe if you destroy the Nightbloom in one round, it won't attack you back.
So just any?
Probably any non-fire spell.
Okay. And our goal is to damage it, correct?
Your goal is to essentially bring its hit points down to 0 in order for it to release its seed pod. You don't know how many hit points it has, but that could be easily discerned.
Probably have advantage on the attack rolls though, because it's stunned for now.
It is stunned. Actually, I'm going to mark that stunned.
Just to... Well, I need to move myself over so I can target myself. I'm totally in there still, I swear. Grabella is going to, the most careful she's ever done it, rage.
Ah!
Oh god, it didn't like me targeting myself and doing a rage. There we go. Now it is. And she is going to carefully prepare her mace, kind of looking at the guys like it's go time. And she is going to use her mace on it. No terror. Advantage, you said?
Yep.
Oh, I targeted myself.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Would you like me to redo that?
I definitely do.
Whoops. I used the terror, but didn't mean to. I don't care. It's fine. Try this. Hey, same number. Look at that. Consistency. Things we love to say.
You ready your mace and very carefully aim at the pod. You bring your arm back and smash it against the casing. There is a audible crack. It's gonna take a little bit more. You get a whole round, Grabella.
All right. I think I can just hit it one more time, because my bonus action is raging. So we're gonna target again. Not terror. Advantage. Damn, that do be hitting though.
Another well-placed crack from inside of the Nightbloom.
Not her best work, but she do be weed whacking.
The very hard carapace of the Nightbloom seed pod proves to be a very tough shell to crack. One moment, please.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna have her insight before I end my turn, but do
Absolutely.
what you're doing first.
No, you go nuts. You can do it at the same time. I'm just rolling initiative. Rebella, where's your insight check?
I don't know. Let me try this again. I think it's wanting me to use the thing because I forgot to use it last time.
Oh, there it is. 15?
Guns. Yeah.
You can right click it off in the upper right hand corner.
Yeah,
Get rid of it.
There we are.
Rebella, what would you like to know?
How much I'm gonna have to whack it, aka its health.
It's not
Just a
very,
bit more.
it's not very strong, guys, but, I may need some help getting this thing out. I think your moonbeam is making it sleepy, so definitely do that.
Start of the round. Round 1. Rebella, you're up.
She is gonna keep a whacking. She's gonna remember to target though first, because that's totally how that works.
You feel a shaking and a lurching as you crack the seed pod as the Nightbloom awakens with a rustle.
Oh no, it's awake! Azrael, we need more moon!
Grabella, regardless of how much moon Azrael is pouring down from the ceiling, the Nightbloom slowly unfurls. 1 second. Oop. Damn it! Sure. There. Okay. And then, hold on. The Nightbloom unfurls its petals, spilling out star-shaped motes of light into the Nightbloom garden. Rebella, you are now standing in the middle of the Nightbloom as it unfurls. No
it's
longer
so
encased in the
pretty.
petals. Some of the petals are some of the petals are dry and cracked on the outside as it has had some heat-related stress issues. But otherwise, you see Grabella now bathed in the moonlight of the Nightbloom.
You're so pretty.
You may continue your attack as you now feel very on display in front of your friends.
I need to get one of these for the treasure room.
She will whack at it.
Boom! Your
Probably.
mace hits the seed pod and a few small splinters fly everywhere.
We are going to keep whacking, as you do when you're weed whacking.
Oof. As it is right underfoot is an easy target. Roll damage. Crack, crack, crack is all you guys hear from inside the Nightbloom. And then it unfurls in spectacular fashion, almost like a peacock on a Las Vegas stage. Wah! And the Nightbloom is bathed in the full glory of the moonlight. Oslo, you're up.
Well, I was gonna shoulder check her.
Oh,
real quick
gosh.
As my bonus action.
I'm so sorry. Please continue.
I'm gonna do some spring cleaning with my shoulders.
I want you to describe how you shoulder attack the seed pod
She's
that's
just
under
like
your feet.
the most carefully you've ever seen her, like scraping the side of it with her shoulder. It actually looks the most ridiculous thing you've ever seen Grabella do. She's like trying not to hurt. And there we go.
That you
That
managed
will
to
end her
hook a
round.
little bit of the pod and kind of pry it open with the shoulder.
No fire!
She just yells as she finishes doing her weird shoulder pruning dance. But that'll end my turn.
Kozlo, you see Grabella gyrating inside the flower. Well, you're up.
Kozlo looks as disappointed as possible that he can't use fire yet again. Force Ballista will shoot it.
Get him, Force Ballista.
Do I have advantage on this?
Oh, it's no longer stunned. Sorry. So, no.
Okay.
Sorry about that. I forgot to remove it.
Okay, I just changed it to normal. There we go.
That'll hit as the pod is revealed. With a free, the Force Ballista charges up and releases a blast of energy into the seed pod. And Grabella, the cracks that you put in it are now blown open. And the Nightbloom seed is revealed.
No. I'm gonna go for it.
The pod, now opened up, has a single fist-sized silvery seed. It almost looks like a large avocado seed that has been made with silver, or maybe titanium. It shines very distinctly and could probably be mistaken for some sort of casting. But as you grab it from the safety and comfort of the Nightbloom, you see that it exudes a soft, silvery glow. But otherwise, is much lighter than any amount of metal that seed would be in your hand. The rest of the Nightbloom begins to slowly close back up. And Grabella, you have more than enough time to step out of the pod before it unseals, or before it reseals itself.
She is gonna grab whatever she can seed-wise, even if it's just the one. And,
Grabella, you can double-click the Nightbloom to examine it.
ugh.
Presents.
Grabella, there's also a few other things that you find as you're shuffling around within the pod of the Nightbloom. A few things that it has been holding on to that fall to the ground, no longer needed to be held inside its depths.
Oh.
Picasso. Come here.
What?
There's some cool stuff here.
There are enough herbs from lesser plants to make an alchemist very happy. Some of the leaves and sharpened parts of the Nightbloom that you've thrown out, Grabella, could be used for some protective armor. There's also other smaller, lesser plants inside there, tucked inside of a quickly rotting bag. And a charm emblazoned with, excuse me. A charm emblazoned with an image of the fully unfurled Nightbloom is also located within the plant.
Bella's gonna take the bag of beans before anybody can see it, because I just love that item. Oh my god.
Bella picks up the rotting bag of beans.
Picasso, come look at this little charm and this armor and these supplies. We need to get you non-fire stuff anyway, right?
Right?
You want to come look at it, or do you want me to
I'm
take it
looking
and
at
give
it
it to
now,
you?
yeah. I'm
Okay.
just reading.
Cool. That armor is very cool. It is medium though, so I don't know if that'd be more of an Azrael thing. But the charm of plant command is. If that ain't something Kazu wants, Azrael absolutely will.
I'm currently wearing magic armor already. So I'm not as inclined on the armor.
Israel, come take a look too. See if there's stuff Kazu doesn't want you do.
Oh, the armor's kind of cool looking, but it's very revealing. I like being in my shell a lot.
Okay. I guess I'll hold on to that for now. I wonder if I can, give Kazu a couple of these armors that I got, and he can make, a shell for you out of it. I still got that,
What the heck is the name of the other one I'm holding on to? Where is it?
Wait, is
That slippery armor of poison resistance.
Oh God.
It could be the most poison resistance poison thing that ever did poison.
Well, I really like my shell a lot.
I mean, I don't know. Kazu's good at making things.
Well, can you make something like my shell but really, really lightweight? Because my shell's really, really lightweight.
Maybe?
Out of character, Azrael can literally only wear this armor because it's mithril. Otherwise, they would be completely incapable of moving.
Oh. Oh.
Because Azrael has, like, no strength.
That's funny. But yeah, I figured I would toss that idea out to our artificer / DM / yourself.
Yeah, like Azrael's armor it's not inherently magical, but it's just mithril plate, which is
Yeah.
there's only so much they can do otherwise.
Now, if you had a resonant gem, you could combine your mithril into, because mithril is a material, into another piece of item or armor, and make something else like mithril armor of poison resistance.
Which I suppose Azrael does technically have an extra resonant gem, but Azrael doesn't know what to do with these things, so.
Yeah.
And Azrael, since you are already resistant to poison, if you do decide to make something that is of poison resistance, it would make you immune to poison.
Oh shit.
Well, then.
That is normally not the case, but with resonant gem items, it will be. So if you double resistance, it will be immunity.
That vibes with Azrael's sudden and weird spider powers. But did we get the seed, Grabella?
Yep. I got the seed. It's, man, I kinda wish, kinda wanna keep this for ourselves, but I know it shouldn't.
Well, we just have to
Arabella's
give
dragonness is spearing out.
we just have to give it to him long enough for the plant to grow big enough to eat him, right? And then we can just go and take all of his stuff.
You know, that's true. Being as I've kind of vaguely figured out how to make this plant not hate me. But, do you want them supplies there, Kazo, or should Azrael take those? Azrael?
Kozlo has the right tool for the job, so he literally never needs supplies.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so it's just for making like potions and stuff?
Yeah, maybe good thing to give to your little apprentice.
Azrael will take them so they can go along with Azrael's surgery kit.
I just want you all to look at this.
Inside this heavy cloth bag are 3d4 dry beans. Let's see how many beans are in here.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Grabella, roll me 3d4, please.
Oh my god.
How many beans?
I do that correctly. I did.
8 beans!
It's
If
pretty
you dump
good,
the bag's
actually.
contents out on the ground, they explode in a 10-foot radius, extending from the beans. Each creature in the area, including you, must make a DC 15 Dex saving throw, taking 5d4 fire damage on a failed save, half as much on a successful. If you remove a bean from the bag, plant it in dirt or sand, and then water it, the bean produces an effect 1 minute later from the ground where it was planted. I will always determine the effect randomly.
Yes. I love that.
Is
And
this
so-
just a beans of many things? What the fuck
Yes.
is going on
It
here?
is a beans of many things, yeah.
Which is why I just decided that was what Grabella wanted out of all of this.
Grabella's like, beans!
Yeah, I like beans.
Wait. Grabella.
What?
What if we
Yeah.
gave one of your beans to the trader? Surely he has no idea what a Nightbloom seed looks like, and we keep the Nightbloom seed for ourselves, and then he plants the bean and he gets some wild and crazy effect.
Oh,
surely this could not possibly backfire in any way.
Isn't the point of all this that we're trying to make him like us?
Yeah, but if he's getting... We're saving him from getting eaten. I don't know.
He wants to be eaten.
Kazo's probably right, so...
Kazo's got a point, and I don't know, maybe he's into that. Like, I'm looking through the effects of the beans of many things, and I am struggling to find a single positive effect here.
And listen, you just plant the beans, you run, and then a minute later something happens.
That's exactly what has to happen.
Or
fast.
Let's see. Maybe Kozlo can make a grenade where like half of the grenade is like bean growth, like water and dirt, and then half of it is just beans, so when you throw it at something, it just beans itself. And then a minute later it happens. Bean grenade!
A bean frag grenade?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, what was that? Oh, it's just some dirt, water, and a bean. Yeah. Clearly harmless.
Yeah,
What do
like
you want
I have not seen a single good effect yet. They're just all various shades of bad, and I love it.
You will have to detect magic, or excuse me, identify, to figure out just what this strange magical bag does.
Or, hear me out, we don't do any of that.
Or you definitely do not, and you make a new
Because
garden.
we also don't have anybody, I don't think, who can identify shit anymore.
Can Kozlo not do it?
Nope.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
you've
think
never
that
picked
was
that up?
always-
Oh, shit. Okay.
No,
I
that
don't
was
think
always
it's
Tugum and then
the
Swamp.
thing that I can even get.
Oh my god.
Maybe? I have it on my artificer, but that doesn't mean anything.
There's like 4 different types of artificer.
Yeah, it could
You
be
also
that.
Just
would have to, like, it would have to
randomly
be one of
plant
his
all the
spells.
beans.
Like, nobody wants to waste a spell slot on Identify. Great, no, it's fine. This is perfect. This is the perfect item for us to have now that we don't have anybody who can identify shit. The mayhem.
Well, you all have the Nightbloom seed in hand, as well as some very curious magical beans infused with power. Depending on what you all decide to do, you could keep the Nightbloom seed, but that would most likely enrage the merchant that you are trying to curry favor for. I'll let you all figure out what you're going to do from here.
Well, this was a lovely garden. It's very pretty.
Yeah, I wanted all of the plants here. I want a little grumpy grandpa plant with my blood ferns.
I don't know. I think the grumpy grandpa plants were a little too racist for my taste, but
But we could give them to HR.
Yeah, HR will fix him.
HR will probably fix the grandpas.
I mean, I suppose.
It's just up to you.
We would probably have to give HR the little plant charm so they can communicate. They need language training.
Yeah.
But the angry grandpa plants would need so much sensitivity training. So much.
Yeah. But overall, this was not as bad as I thought it was gonna be, but I'm afraid to say that too much because we do gotta get out of here.
Also didn't even get eaten once.
Mostly, yeah. But let's go back the way we came just to be safe. I'm gonna go first. Well, we should go first. Come on, Castle.
Well, Kazo also has his pretty flower crown now.
Oh, this is true.
I had a turret and it deleted.
Oh, I deleted him. Sorry.
Okay.
You can bring him back if you.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I was just like, I had grabbed him to drag along with me, and it, right as I did that, it disappeared. So I was like, what have I done?
My bad.
Hey, gardener lady.
Hello. Oh, I see you didn't get eaten by the Nightbloom. Did you?
I was really sick. What the hell?
What do you mean?
It was really sick. I fixed it.
She scratches her head.
The Nightbloom hasn't let anybody get close to it since the incident. How did you manage to get close enough and not get smacked by one of its thorny tendrils?
Look, we're just really good with plants.
It's being very full of herself here.
She
Not exactly sure.
scratches her head.
I couldn't concoct a single oil or poultice or any sort of pollen to make it not attack people that it went next to. How did you do it?
I mean, it is called a freaking Nightbloom. It just needed more night.
I don't understand.
Did you try moonlight? It liked moonlight.
Yeah.
She just gestures to the roof.
Is that not enough? It's always bathed in moonlight.
Oh no, I needed way more. Me to take a little nap, I was able to... Well, some of the gross stuff is on the ground in front of it. You're going to clean that up and probably burn it. Not in here.
Ugh.
But, we got what it came for, but it was definitely very sick. There's a root that I pulled out that was just gross. And I think I got most of the ickiness out of it, but yeah, you may want to get somebody who could make it extra moonlighty in here in the future.
Extra moonlighty. I can't really do that magic stuff, but
Yeah, just tell Catherine she'll hire us or someone.
a little more moonlight. No. Well, thank you for letting me know. The Nightbloom isn't gonna swipe at me when I get closer to clean it, is it?
I think it was generally happier. I think it'll be happy if you take the crap I left on the floor away, but... it seemed pretty happy when we left. My trimming isn't the most precise as yours would have been, but I think it's gonna be just fine.
Oh man. I hope it stays alive or Catherine's gonna murder me.
No, I think we definitely left it better than we found it, but, my trimming wasn't as pretty as yours would have been, I'm certain.
Well, thank you at the very least for calming it down. The rest of the gardeners should be able to prune and, well, keep up with the Nightbloom as it sorely needs. Who knows, it needed a little bit of magical moonlight, not just normal moonlight to help zoom it along. Thank you.
Yeah. I guess we're headed out, but, I definitely want to come get some stuff from here in the future. So if we can help out again, let me know. These flowers are neat.
She looks behind her.
Were there any, these are at least some non-combative plants. Did you want to take one with?
She points at some of the twilight orchids.
Yeah, I do.
Wait, wasn't Twilight Orchids one of the things he also wanted?
Yes, but we are keeping some.
Grabella just really wants flowers now.
The Nightbloom gardener goes over to some of these blue flowers over here and just carefully cuts off a few beautiful stems.
Here is 3. 1, 2. Now these require very specific care. You don't want to keep them bathed in moonlight all of the time. And you're gonna need to get some root propagator to get them going. So if you want them to live, get them in some water really quick. But make sure that water has been basking in the moonlight for at least a week. So you're probably gonna want to get some river water.
Okay, I will do that. I was gonna say, do you have this water or should I find some?
No, well, here.
As she climbs up on the thing.
Here, hand me a water skin.
She'll hand her water skin.
There we go. This fountain and these little plants in here, don't worry about the arbor site. He's fine. He's been fed. He's not gonna attack anybody. These plants in our lovely Nightbloom garden have been bathing in moonlight for most certainly over a week. Here you go.
She hands you the water skin of moonlit water.
Gerbella will carefully put the flowers in it and wrap it and hold it like a baby.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
All right,
we will give one of these to the guy and I'm keeping the rest.
take good care of them. They're a bit
Yeah.
finicky, and they require a lot of love.
Yeah, well, we'll make sure somebody that's good at this takes care of it. If not, take a look at it myself. Thank you.
She waves.
No, thank you. Now we can take care of the Nightbloom properly.
What do you
Well,
want?
boys, anything else we need before we leave? Was there any other stuff on that list?
I don't know. Kozlo had the list.
Yeah, we were there, Cosmo, so.
I think Sea Swab had the list.
Uh-oh.
Oh dear. I thought it was 3 things.
I think he asked for a bunch of things, but like as long as we get him the Nightbloom flower, he'll be like okay. And if we can give him one of the orchid things too, then he'll be happy.
Yeah. 2 out of 3 isn't bad. Could tell him his ask was also way bigger than
We need to give him shit about this either way. I'm only giving him one of these.
We'll let Catherine know you all didn't burn down. 0% of the garden was burned down. Good job.
Yeah, just a little over trimmed in just one spot, but it'll recover, I promise.
We don't need flowers hurting tourists anyway. They could have
Yeah.
used a little bit more pruning, if you ask me.
Yeah, it might. Come on, Gatsu, let's get out of here.
Gerbella will wait for him to come past the flowers that tried to eat his face last.
He's got the
Even though he
flower
has the
now,
crown.
he's fine.
Yeah, he's got the crown
Gerbella's
of
being cautious.
Cautious.
Cautious is the word that came out of my mouth today.
Azrael spent 400 gold on that crown. We got to get some use out of it.
It's true.
I'm so freaking tired of this place. Get me out of here.
Bye-bye.
Are we keeping the crown or are we giving it to somebody? Or?
I think it looks very fetching on Kozlo.
I think Kozlo looks very handsome in his flower crown.
Yeah, F it, let's take it.
Green Goblins Instagram. All right. Where are you all going?
I guess to deliver the Nightbloom?
All right, to the
Yes.
docks?
That would make the most sense.
All right. Before we head to the docks, let's take a quick 5-minute bio break, grab a drink, and we will reconvene on the water. 5 minutes sounds good?
Okay.
All right, see you guys in 5. All right, everybody back?
Hello.
Hello.
Nope.
No. You have a cherry?
Cherry needs like 1 more minute.
Oh, no rush, no rush.
Christine, I'm going to send you something.
Sure.
And then I'm going to just buy this book for us. Because how can we not have yum grubs in our game?
Oh no!
What?
Oh God, I
and-
hate this.
MCDM just released their new like 5e third party like supplemental book. It's
What
called
book is-
Mortals?
Oh,
It's just full. It's like literally an entire book full of like hundreds of monsters with like full designs, art, and everything. So.
I hate the yum grub. I love the yum grub.
Shut
I
up! You
hate.
love they're little empanadas on
They're little
legs.
empanada monsters.
They're adorable little empanadas.
This
With
is
legs.
horrifying.
I'll just drop the picture in.
But yes, get it immediately. You drop the picture. That's messed
I
up.
would eat
I'm back.
so many yum grubs.
Don't look at General Kaamos chat. Or do. Alright, everybody. Welcome back. As you all leave the, relative chaos of the Nightbloom Garden with all limbs intact, you make your way through the endless night of Polaris back down to the Maginox docks, where hopefully everything is going perfectly fine with C-Swab as its new supervisor. One moment, please.
Excuse me, I would like to speak to your manager.
As you all walk through the streets of Maginox, back down to the docks, you notice that things have improved around here. That the buildings are no longer on fire, and that you are beginning to see more tourists walking the streets. In fact, immediately as you enter the area of the docks, you notice that a lot of the repairs have been done correctly, and that you see some of your fellow gang members from the pub already talking to some tourists in the town. But who knows what they're actually doing or saying.
Oh boy, inspection time. You ready, Mr. Boss Greenfinger? Yeah.
Oh, is that Coslo's official title? Boss Greenfinger? I like it.
Sure.
Well, I wouldn't call the docks hustling or bustling. I would consider them to be a bit of an improvement from the, semi-blazing inferno that they were before. And it looks like the rest of your gang members are not lounging about, but definitely at ease, just keeping an eye on their surroundings and eyeballing the pockets of the tourists that walk by. What do you do?
Oh, can we go see the crater?
What?
I assume we left a crater the last time we were here?
Oh, true. Hey, what's up?
He clears his throat. It's the thin. Excuse me. Hold on. This guy. Ah, yes. The thin and abnormally tall for a goblin quickly puts out a cigarette on the bottom of his boot. Boss! He stands up very quick and gives you a very shitty salute, kind of slamming his side of his hand against his forehead. And the chair behind him falls to the ground on its side. Hey, boss, hey, just keeping an eye on things here. He points at the alchemist. This guy doesn't really like me loitering on his property, but I told him it's for your own good.
How is that for his own good?
Well, I'm keeping it safe. Nobody's walking by. You see anybody walking by? No, nobody's being suspicious. In fact, when they walk by, I just take out my knife, and I give them the A.
But doesn't he want people to walk by and buy his goods?
Yeah.
Wait. I thought we didn't want people coming by to steal his goods. So I'm making sure nobody's coming by.
To steal them, we do want him to make money. If he's making money, we'll be making money.
But he's perfectly safe, right? He doesn't have to... he thinks, oh yeah. I'm sure he's just in there making stuff, right?
Yeah, maybe you walk around and make sure nobody's doing anything bad. But do let people go to people's houses and so they can buy and sell stuff, or we're not gonna be making money.
Right. He kind of slowly begins to try and walk around you. I'll go, make myself useful.
More useful than this, please.
Hello.
Bella looks at the guy around the corner.
That guy,
Or is he in a building? I can't.
he is above you on a bridge. He's gazing down at you from about
Hello.
15 feet up. A red bandana is wrapped around his face. He gives you a slight inclination of the head, acknowledging your presence, but says nothing.
How's it been going around here?
He shrugs nonchalantly and then stands up straight, looks around behind him and jabs a thumb over towards the docks and kind of gives a thumbs up towards you.
Okay. Man of no words.
He, his eyes close slightly and he's extending his arms out to the side and he makes a very audible and looks
You
back
okay?
down.
You okay?
He nods at you, but is still quiet.
Didn't he make a vow of silence, Grabella?
No, that was
Is
the
this-
other guy.
That's a different guy.
Oh. They look the same.
They do look very similar.
The Violet Silence guy is working for your lady person, whose
Well,
name
yeah,
I
then
totally remember.
I'm pretty sure if he's not the same person, then they're definitely twins.
That's fair.
But, Grabella, do you have any idea where we're going? Because
No.
I don't.
I was just kind of saying hi to people as we went. I do think we're going this way. Keep a lookout for stuff, but let people buy things. Goodbye.
Kozlov, do you remember where the merchant is that we need to find?
This guy right here, ain't it?
I don't know.
It is.
We were not here with you at all.
Yeah.
That was it.
Oh, that's
you
right.
and
You were.
it was
me
you
Steve
and
Swab.
Sea Swabs. Oh.
I have to figure it swallowed for a second. Also, the merchant's house is in front of you. What do you do?
Okay, is it his house or is it a storefront?
Sorry, it is a storefront.
Okay.
It has a sign on the front of the door that is flipped over and says, closed.
All right, I will knock on the door.
There's no answer.
I will knock on the door a second time.
You hear a frustrated sigh from within the house. We're not open for business. Go away.
We got your freaking flower. You probably want to talk to us.
There's a scrambling of things and slamming of stuff around. An absolute ruckus coming from inside the house. Papers. It's rustling, crashing around. And then a moment of silence.
You good, buddy?
The door opens, and the merchant, Larix, greets you. Oh, finally. Have you brought me what I've asked?
I'm pretty sure that's exactly what I just said.
Well, come here. Show me. It better not be some knockoff painted seed, or we are going to have issues.
Hey,
We're not
look
gonna
here,
have issues
buddy.
regardless, but it's also not a knockoff.
And
Hi.
Kozlo like waves Grabella over to him.
We went through a lot of trouble to get this, and we were told that you may not even be able to handle raising this thing. So maybe a little appreciation?
We actually
just-
convinced Catherine to let you have a Nightbloom. She was just going to have you murdered in the streets just for even suggesting such a thing.
Grabella does lumber over him slightly. Just
Azrael,
to
do
drive
you
home her point.
make an intimidation check for me?
uh,
Preposterous. If Catherine was going to have me hung in streets, she would lose out on my precious commerce and my even greater influence.
well, that's what we told her, and that's why she decided to let you possibly have a seed.
Yeah, but I do think this is gonna be, I don't even know if your house is big enough for this.
How? It's merely a seed. Hand it over.
Right, but it's gonna grow into a thing bigger than this tree behind me.
In careful cultivation, we can ensure that the Nightbloom doesn't grow out of control, and we can harvest it at its younger points in life for its very beneficial magical properties.
Oh, yeah? How do you make it, calm down when it's angry or sick?
Like you would do with any other plant. Prune it or burn it.
Grabella
system
narrows
go
her
really
eyes
well.
at him.
Or
We
perhaps
told-
threaten it with a gallon of salt.
Alright, well, when you die from this plant, I'll come take care of it after you die.
She hands him the seed and one of the orchids.
What seed do you hand him?
She's gonna give him the actual seed. As much as she wants to keep it, she wants the docks to do better more than she wants. Because in the end, it should yield more things.
Go ahead and drop the seed on the ground.
See if I can.
I've heard rumors about what the Nightbloom seed looks like, and if this doesn't match my expectations perfectly, there's no deal.
Sorry,
then
you
I'll
heard
just-
rumors?
Keep it. Yeah, you heard rumors you don't actually know?
He presses his lips into a line. These things are particularly rare, legendary even.
You realize we went and, like, hand-picked this for you.
He looks you up and down and does an insight check.
And he should notice Grabella or Kozlo's flower crown as well.
He insights two things about you. One, your hit points. And Grabella, what are one of your abilities that you like to let him know? You must choose one feature to tell him.
Let's go with sword burst.
He narrows
She's
his
narrowing
eyes at you.
her eyes at him. I'm actually trying to find the seed in my backpack and I don't see it. Oh, there it is. I found it. Never mind.
I
Point.
see you are a capable warrior.
Yep, and apparently a capable gardener, too.
He sniffs a little bit. I do smell some residual Nightbloom ichor on you.
Yeah, I got a little good upon, but I told you, this stuff was handpicked, and from the little you're telling me that you think you know, I'm pretty sure this thing is gonna murder you, because you don't actually know what you're talking about.
He kneels down and grabs the seed and hefts it in his hand. Fascinating. It almost glows with the light of the moon.
Well, at least you're observing, I guess.
Crazy how a thing called Nightbloom has night involved in it.
He sighs, gives you a look. I will forgive your impertinence since you brought the seed in a timely fashion.
We more than brought it. We went and handpicked it from a deadly freaking garden that you couldn't handle if you wanted to. So a little mutual respect will go a long way, sir.
This does tell me that you're willing to put yourself at the forefront of danger. Or even us lowly merchants. Merchants that keep Maginox running. Keep it interesting and flowing with tourists.
Why
Yeah,
don't
we-
you don't gonna tell us that? That's the whole friggin' reason we're here.
Yeah.
He smirks at you and kind of tosses the seed in his hand a little bit. And things like this shouldn't be left in the hands of a single court despot. We can use the Nightbloom's petals, its seeds, its ichor, its rosin for countless things. But yet only Catherine is allowed to have one.
Yeah, it's because it requires very particular care. You may want to try and get a meeting with her so you can review what you do and do not actually know about this thing.
I am a renowned apothecary.
You never answered my question correctly on how to calm the flower down, sir.
I will. He clears his throat. Do my research, of course. I have time. The seed will take clearly time to sprout.
Yeah.
Just as
Oh,
long
that-
as you uphold your end of the bargain before it sprouts, and get all the other merchants in line around the new dock heads.
Oh yeah, we're throwing a party. You invite all of them.
He blinks. What? You're throwing a party?
It's more of a trade fair, so you can have an opportunity to attract a lot more customers.
Yeah, and introduce us to the important people around here, and well, we got some really nice, high-quality booze that ain't easy to get these days, and we're working on some nice foods. Oh, and don't forget that night orchid needs river water that's been in the moonlight for like 10 days.
She smiles at him.
River water that's. What? To get it to sprout?
Oh no, that's the night orchid that I gave you. That's just that. That Nightbloom seed is way more complicated than that, buddy.
Ugh.
There was like dirt magic and moon magic, and you really may want to get a meeting with Miss Ravensblood. I'm not gonna lie to you, sir.
Well, you have upheld your part of the bargain. Come with me. Let me at least introduce you to some of the other merchants. You can ask them a couple of questions, and maybe you can make sure your party isn't a flop like most of the galas in Maginox. Come along.
This feels like it's not the agreement that you agreed to, Coslow.
I don't remember the agreement I agreed to.
It has been
fair
a few
enough.
months.
Larix. Larix leaves his house and walks up to the north, where a tourist is being handed a small pamphlet. And Nat No Teeth has got his arms crossed across his chest and is looking down at the small tourist with bulging pocketbooks. The tourist is currently looking down at the pamphlet.
You guys making sure this, lovely...
Is it a lady, I assume? Or
It is a young male goblin.
that this, young man is, spending his money everywhere, correctly? Right?
Uzer gives you a sidelong glance and hands you one of the pamphlets.
she looks at the pamphlet.
Had your fun in Maginox? Come join the Children of the Dusk today and find your eternal solace. It appears to be a pamphlet for the church.
For Azrael's church?
For Azrael's church.
Oh, shit. Azrael. She's been doing some work.
She kind of waves the pamphlet at him.
It is a folded piece of parchment, folded in 3, and it's got stuff written on the front and like a little moon, crescent moon logo that looks like it was drawn with a crayon. But that seems to appeal to the goblin.
Yeah, it seems very rustic, very local. What kind of history is involved with your church? Is it a historical building?
Yeah, it's definitely historical. It has seen some hard times and some good times. But our local priestess is definitely going to be the best to explain that to you, and you know how you could support the church and what you could get in return. And these fellas right here will also show you our local tavern. Ain't that right, guys?
Uzer, Nat nods vigorously, and Uzer kind of shrugs. He seems to be all in on the church.
Yep. You know, that way, this lovely person here is, making its money.
She whispers to Nat.
Well, I like when I go visit old historic buildings. I like it when they're filled with violent history and epic battles.
Oh, that is precisely a thing.
She was gonna hand both of the boys that are standing there 3 gold apiece.
You just, make sure this guy has the time of his life, okay?
Hey, Nat's like, oh, hey, yeah. Nat, knowing really nothing of the church, says, oh, yeah, the worst of battles. So much murder has happened there. Ain't that right, Uzer? Uzer, who has taken the vow of silence, nods.
There was definitely a giant spider murdered there, and several people trying to turn the spider into a god, or maybe the spider was a god. I don't remember.
Azrael, since you, actually, Azrael and Grabella, both of you make me history checks, please. Oh.
It's not gonna be me.
2. Oh yeah, that church is full of history. It's been up for a while, so that means it's got history? Question mark? Azrael, you know more about the previous goings on at the church, and that it was a place for drow to worship. However, has gone into disuse as the drow moved away from worshipping a spider god, and up here on the surface has begun to worship a bat patron.
Yeah.
The tourist looks like he's waiting to be impressed. But Grabella cannot fill him in on any history, and Nat is just bullshitting his way out of nothing.
What was the little goblin girl's name? I am so blanking on her name today.
This one in front of you?
No. The one running Azrael's church. Roxy.
Roxy, yeah. I had to go and look.
Yeah, Nat, just get him to Roxy. She's either at Cosmo's den or at the church. Maybe go get him a drink and a snack and then get him to the church, yeah?
Oh, yeah, that sounds great. Hey, does the church have any cool robes?
Oozer gestures at himself.
Yeah. Definitely something that was being, worked out. But as I said, my little friend Roxy, she could get you all the things about it that you need to know.
Oh, all right. Let's go. Historical tour ahoy. Yeah, and you see, this is a building. Oh, yeah, sure is. It's very big, and, historical fact, it was on fire about a week ago.
Whoa.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
You hear them muttering as they all walk off.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm not entirely sure how to react when somebody talks about the church that I am supposedly the figurehead of.
Mirabella kind of makes her way back to whatever else is happening.
Well, thank you for getting those out of the way.
Yeah.
So, do you not like tourists, Lyrics? Don't they make money?
He turns. For a while, we were unable to discern who was a tourist and who was a greedy little thief. But don't worry. He clears his throat and he knocks on the door twice in rapid succession, and then 4 times very slowly. Tala, it's Lyrics. Would you be so kind as to come to the door? And don't worry, it's not a thief.
You guys still having some thieving problems around here?
Recently, no, but I have had an issue with some people who like to hang out in my backyard for no reason.
He's been talked to. Let us know if he's still a problem.
Appreciated. The door opens and a orange-skinned, blue-haired hobgoblin woman opens the door. She's probably in her 50s, a middle-aged hobgoblin. And judging by her size and her age, she's probably seen a significant amount of war, but now has gone on to a quieter life. Tala, this is, Lyric snaps his fingers. Forgive me, what were your names again?
Oh, I'm Azriel.
I'm Gabella.
And I'm Coslow Greenfinger.
Yes. These 3 are here to stimulate the docks.
Yeah, so much stimulating.
Tala lifts an eyebrow. No. Not in any sort of, busting down the door and stealing all of our precious supplies sort of thing, but honestly willing to put themselves in harm's way for us lowly merchants. Finally, some of the respect we deserve around here, rather than being taken advantage of for our skill and talent. Tala nods in agreement. Coslow here. Come here, Coslow. Lyrics points next to him. This young entrepreneur single-handedly rid the docks of the Maginox Thieves Guild. He looks down at Coslow with what you think might be a little bit of respect. And Tala, you know that Thieves Guild has been a thorn in our side of the hard-working people of Maginox for ages. And now, we don't have anyone skulking about our windows at all hours. He points at Coslow. My brave Mr. Greenfinger, is there anything you want to say to Fisher Tala here? Tala is the, how to say, manager of a number of very rare and spectacular fishing boats, some made to catch deep sea fish that are rare and particularly delicious, but rather treacherous to catch. Some of the elite of Maginox have a very particular taste for some of the specialized fish that Tala can go catch, including the dreadful swordfish, whom I hear has a sword for a face. Tala chuckles a little bit under her breath, but is leaning in the door.
Oh, that's really cool.
And so, Tala's fleet is very important to the overall culinary industry of Maginox. Tala, Coslow Greenfinger, and Tala. Coslow, what would you say your title is here?
Currently, let's just go with. Yeah, what is my title? I haven't thought about it that much. I've been doing so much shit that I haven't thought about that.
Well, as Coslow fills you with confidence, I, at the very least, can assure you that he and his coterie are doing their best to get the docks back on track, and that includes protecting your fleets. Isn't that right, Coslow?
Absolutely.
Paula grunts under her breath. Had one boat sink in the last month. At least the pirates are getting a little more brave. We've had much less of the Maginox security helping out with a lot of the boats on the water. So they're getting bold. She frowns a little bit. Looks back at Coslow. But I can't bother you with going out on the water and slaying them. But if it's worth the trip and getting those fish back here, then I suppose I'll have to tell the fleet that the waters are okay to brave, but there's big profit waiting for them back home. Make sure, Larix, you talk to it. Larix just interrupts her. I know. They go hand in hand. But there's no room to fish if no one is buying.
There's somebody that used to do this for you, the clearing out the bad guy stuff.
Well, generally the dockmaster and the rest of the merchants here, we used to be very close. We always do business with them, keeping our boats safe, unpilfered, keeping the thieves off of them while we load them with goods and supplies, or unload them with goods and supplies. They help us keep track of the inventory and make sure things get to their proper place. Hopefully you have someone who is good with that sort of thing, keeping things organized. Or else, it's not even going to be worth getting a boat back into the docks if anyone's buying, if we just have to hawk things out of the boat as people scramble to steal them.
Yep, we got Sea Swab working on that, I think.
Is that the fetching young Kenku I've seen down at the docks?
Yeah.
He seems to have a good eye about him, and has sea legs, that I can tell. If he's in your purview, Yeah, well then, yes, I would feel a little bit more confident about putting my boats back on the water.
Yeah, we's working on making that a more permanent thing and getting the right stuff that has gone unattended to for a while.
Tala nods. Lyrix elbows you, Coslo. Mr. Greenfinger, would you like to tell, Fisher Tala about your gathering? Perhaps that will help her crewmates get a little bit of, get up and go to get them back out on the water.
Yeah, we're putting together a little party for everybody. Kind of a trade fair, sort of, regular fair, sort of, bunch of food and drinks and stuff thing.
Will I be appreciated there? Tala says. My job is just fish.
I mean, we're gonna need fish.
Yeah, food is just as important as anything else around here.
Well,
We are definitely in need of some better stuff at our bar, even just alone.
well, a little bit of something lighthearted is certainly ready to get my crew back on the water, even with the pirates potentially facing down their boats. Very well, I will accept your invitation to whatever party you are throwing. Now that you have Lyrix here, I trust you to be an upstanding citizen, one that looks out for the little people of Maginox, ones that are on the ground floor bringing in the food that you love to eat. Tala extends her hand out for a handshake to Coslo. It is nice to meet you, Mr. Greenfinger.
Oslo will shake their hand and do like a little nod slash, like, I don't know, the chin up sort of like sup sort of nod at them.
She gives you the chin down nod.
What was the name of that lady that we put in charge of the docks, Coslo?
Your previous dock manager was Dara.
Yeah, if you're having any issues, if you can't find our Kenku friend, let her know.
Tala nods. Will do. And I'll await your time and date for the invitation on the gala.
Yeah, we'll get some sort of formal thing about it at some point.
And for now, Tala, excuse me, Mr. Greenfinger has assured me that our doors should be wide open for the tourists, and that they will be safe as they're walking amongst the docks. So if you're not going to be shipping any of your rare fish into the markets, you can at least sell the ones, the morning fresh catch without worry. I'll just
Yeah, we
kind of
got a bunch of our guys watching around to make sure nothing gets stolen and nothing like that. They can be a little bit over cautious about that sometimes, so if they get in the way of actual customers, just tell them to fuck off.
How do I tell your guys from, the other guys?
Well, we did institute a uniform policy like 2 days ago, so they should be in uniforms.
Yeah, we're working on getting that out to everyone, but we'll make sure they are very clearly recognizable.
Ah, very good. Well, that's really the only concern I had was I couldn't really tell them apart from any of the others, and I didn't really want to answer the door, so thanks, Lyrix. We'll make sure we get people back out on the water. Maybe not the deep sea fish right now, but we'll get in the fresh catch. Lyrix nods with a satisfying smirk down towards Coslo. Yeah, you see, that was quite easy.
I don't think you should call somebody easy right to their face, Lyrix.
Tala shuts the door.
Now see, look, Tala's all offended.
She will be fine. You just have to, coax her out a little bit. Her ship is all of her ships are very valuable to her. And having thieves poking about and skulking about and stealing fish, puts her in a rather sour mood. So your assurances, I'm sure, went a long way.
That's what we want to do around here. It's, after what the Thieves Guild and everything did here, it's not as fast as anybody would like, I'm sure, but we are aiming to help. Genuinely.
The second person I would like to talk to while we're at the docks, at least introduce you so you can give them a personal invite to your shindig. It's one of our culinary masters of Maginox, a chef with no equal. And he will take any ingredient that you give to him and prepare a most delectable dish. But without some of the rare ingredients that he loves to gift to his diners. He's gone into a, severe depression. He begins to walk by you, back towards where you came, and knocks on the door here to this large building. The door also has a sign on it that says closed. He does the secret knock. Tap, 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 tap. Chef! Chef! Chef, it's Larix! Chef Zestgop! Possibly brooding somewhere. I have
Did you
Larix
call him
around.
to Larix?
I'm sorry, what?
Did you call him easy too? Maybe he's offended.
I would never.
I'm not sure you're very good at this. I'm worried.
It's only my job to bring Mr. Greenfinger. Here. You're the ones who need to make good impression. They've been dealing with me for years. Chef! He knocks on the door now a bit more, urgently. Chef Zestgob! You hear a very sad goblin voice groan on the other side. It is not the groan of someone in physical pain, no, but perhaps exhausted, lying on the floor, staring at the ceiling, and has lost all ambition, sort of sigh. You can almost feel the chef's soul leave his body.
Is he a zombie?
Is he alright?
No, he's been like this ever since his restaurant's been closed. I'm afraid his depression has gotten even worse. Without him seeing the delighted smiles of people consuming his masterful creations, he's lost all desire to live.
Does he need a job, or is it the fact that he can't get anything that he wants?
It's the fact that, we serve a lot of clientele in Maginox. Mainly clientele that has heavy pocketbooks. And heavy pocketbooked friends do not like to walk in the streets while thieves are running about lighting things on fire. Lurk seems to be implying that only rich people eat at this restaurant.
Well, yeah, things haven't been on fire for a while. That's why I was asking.
So, without a very steady supply of tourists looking to eat some sort of deconstructed Polaris fare, He's gone completely flaccid.
Oh, wait. We have a lunch date with the future King of Maginox planned coming up. We could insist that we have the lunch at his restaurant.
Yeah, I also would love it if he made some recipes or whatever for Gazzo's place too, probably. I don't know. It's a
Yeah, how'd
couple
you
of
like
different
this?
things.
Suddenly have a lot of business.
I had a lot of business.
You just hear
Yeah.
groaning from the other side. This building is quite large, actually, Kozlo. It might be bigger than Kozlo's den. And this is just a restaurant. So he definitely has, like, the most hoppinest place in Maginox.
Wouldn't everybody want to come spend a whole bunch of money at your restaurant if they knew the future King of Maginox dined here?
Yeah.
You hear the groaning. Abruptly stop.
A future what?
Yeah, apparently that's a thing.
Well, yeah. Apparently, there's a new king and stuff, and well, we could have lunch with him here. We have a lunch planned, but we haven't decided a venue yet.
Yeah.
There is a shuffling. Larix presses his ear up against the door. Oh, I think you might have roused him. I don't hear the groaning death rattle of a dying goblin chef anymore.
Yeah, we could pay too, even for maybe well, I guess I should inquire how much a private event would be first before I say that, but
I think the king is treating us, Grabella.
The door flies open, and a very short, squat, and wide goblin stands in the doorframe. From shoulder to shoulder, he probably takes up the entire doorframe. He reminds you, just in body type, a lot like Kaz. But he is very, very green and has red eyes similar to Kozlo, but they're not situated on either side of his head. His hands are big, strong, and calloused, and they look like they have been working over a stove for a very long time. However, the smock that he is wearing is heavily stained, probably from cooking an extravagant meal, but then falling into the pits of depression, judging by how stained they are with sweat and foodstuffs. Vestgob is probably not bathed in at least a couple of weeks.
oh man, we really need to get you looking prettier if we bring in a potential future king over, but you do look like you love food, and that's my favorite thing about a chef.
He slaps his stomach, a combination of muscle and chef-like jiggliness, and he cracks just the faintest of smiles.
You always gotta sample what you're making. But why even bother? Oh, wait, what is the king of Maginox? We don't have a king.
There's somebody that is thinking or is gonna. I don't know. This is the part that goes over my head.
Well, there's the Linesti house has returned or something, and apparently they're going to reinstitute the monarchy while all of the chaos is happening or something.
Even more chaos.
Wait,
No, to stop the chaos.
Yeah,
to bring
to
back
bring-
prosperity for everybody.
Yeah, and order and stuff, I guess.
He scratches his head.
The king, huh?
Yeah, well, that's why we meet with him too, is we want to feel him out for ourselves a little bit.
Larix and Zestgob exchange a look. And so what do you think, Zestgob? Could we drag you out of your depression long enough for you to picks up a scrumptious meal for the future king of Maginox. Zeskob looks down at his hands and up at Larix. I'm not sure I've got it in me anymore, Larix. I feel like I've lost my touch. If my food was that good, the tourists would still be coming here, even if there were danger. They would fight and kill for my food. It's just not good enough. Definitely not good for a king. No, Larix, I can't do it. If it ain't good enough, the king probably have me killed, or worse. Larix looks back at you three. I've gone over this a number of times about how wonderful his food is and how talented he is, and he continues to brush me off. Perhaps you all could have a little more luck?
Well, I mean, you had your door all locked up. Of course nobody can come eat your food.
Yeah, and, like I said, we got some stuff going on where I'd love to hire you to either teach some different dishes that you ain't serving here to some of our people, and so on and so forth, but, what's the issue? Are you having supply issues, or you just been sad because everything was closed?
I have had to be working with what I got, and I, a true craftsman, can work with the bare minimum. But then I started losing Tala's fish. That set me back. Oh man, I had a whole aquatic theme planned for a month. Clams, mussels, chowder, lobster bisque.
Well, Tala's gonna go back out and start fishing again.
A little spark comes back to his eyes.
Oh, is that right?
Well, yeah, we just talked to her like 2 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Larix nods. It is true, Zeskob.
I can't wait to get my hands back on some fresh seafood. Oh man.
He rubs
Yeah.
his hands together with glee.
Well, that gives me a little bit of hope, but I don't know. Here, Larix.
He goes back into the house for a moment, shuts the door. Or excuse me, the restaurant shuts the door. Comes back.
I've been short on supplies, so bear with me.
But he hands
Yeah.
Grabella a small plate, and the plate has what appears to be some creamy rice dish on it. It's a very small amount, probably about a half a cup. And he hands it to Grabella, one to Kozlo, and one to Azriel.
I will gladly eat some delicious looking rice.
Grabella, as you taste it, this is clearly risotto, some sort of cheese risotto that he has tried to cook. But yours, the rice is very undercooked and is kind of crunchy. How do you gently tell Zestgob that his risotto is not very good?
You, had a practice too?
What do you mean?
He looks over at Kozlo, hopefully.
The flavor is really good, but, it's a little crunchy.
Oh, he looks horrified. Grabs a kernel of rice, puts it in his mouth.
Shit.
Looks over at Kozlo.
What about you, Mr. Greenfinger?
Kozlo, do you eat the risotto?
Absolutely.
Yours is much too salty.
Oh
Oh no, what now?
It's just got a little too much salt in it, but otherwise I think it's good.
He looks
it.
over at Azrael.
Quite clear you're
Azrael.
good at what you do.
Good.
Azrael is happily chomping on it, like trying to sort of mimic like how Grabella and Coslo like masticate food, with just like the biggest, most elaborate, like extended smile and like full on mouth open, closed, chomp, chomp, chomp. Literally doesn't matter what's wrong with it. Azrael has no fucking idea what food is supposed to be.
Oh, hey,
This is delicious. It is the greatest thing I have ever put inside of my mouth.
See, maybe
Big
you just
smile.
need some more practice. Like, it tastes like it's headed in the right direction. You just been... Well, you gotta stop being sad about food and get excited about it again.
how can I be excited if I don't have the most discerning of clientele to cook for? But you
You
mentioned
Be open.
Good. Sorry.
we're my restaurant, one of the busiest in Maginox, have reservations out the door, waiting, knocking on the door, pounding on the door, trying to get in. But now, no reservations, no discerning clientele. I'm gonna have to go back to cooking stews. Blech.
Well, maybe what you need to do is start small again with a very, very exclusive, hand-picked, hand-invited even clients, and, you know, create the illusion of scarcity. So everybody wants to come back when they see that you've reopened, and your grand reopening is very, very exclusive.
Yep.
Wait, what? You mean that offering people my prized, well, formerly prized sea urchin with caviar crunch for 10 gold is not gonna fly these days?
Well, I
You
think-
might need to knock it down a little bit till things pick up.
Or you do
Or-
the opposite of that. You sell it for 50 gold, but you only allow like 10 people in the restaurant.
Yes, true.
And then everybody wants to come and give you money, but you don't let them.
I like that idea. Get the most
Oh,
out
really?
of each person. That's not too bad. But,
Maybe I have a future in this business thing.
Yeah, he's got an up-and-coming church.
listen, Mr. Greenfinger, I have been through just a bout of really thinking about my place here in Maginox, and you know, I'll tell you, if I could cook for the king, I think I could get my groove back. No, I know I could get my groove back. I will cook every day and keep this place open and make sure I get back to the world-class iron stomach zest gob that
Yes,
everyone
the
knows.
spirit.
Heck yeah.
I'll serve stew for weeks until I have no more stew. And then I will go back and try bacon bread. And if I can do those two things, I can do anything.
That's right.
Lyrics and nods. There, you just needed goals, Escob.
Yeah.
Looking for a
Then-
king.
Maybe we get some food for you from our party. We do have our cooks working on something, but maybe there's like a super special VIP table that we only let certain people come have a nibble from.
Yeah, well,
Help hype you out or hype you up. Help you
Help
out
you-
and hype you out. Words.
I have
if
a
you've
headache.
got goblins, excuse me, if you've got chefs working for you, the food at your party better be
edible. I'll be judging.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, we could use somebody to teach him some maybe, recipes that you ain't using. We could pay for them, of course. We've been looking to dress our place up a little bit as well with, basically the same problems, just, we're looking for a nice pub fare and all that.
I don't think our businesses really overlap. I'm more into the fine dining. And you guys, pub fare, Yeah, I could be convinced to teach her little rapscallions a couple recipes.
Yeah, just, like, stuff you're not using, or just some basic skills. I mean, if you're the greatest chef, people gotta be, wanting lessons from you, and we can tell people that's a thing, too. You charge, like, 1,000 gold for that or something.
If word gets around that I serve the king of Maginox, we won't need much more than that. I'll take your offer, Coslow, and I'll see you at your little shindig.
Hell yeah!
Yeah. And,
This gob is coming back!
I want to give him a bean so badly, but we just typed him up, so I don't want to fuck him over.
Also, he'd bake it into something.
Oh God!
He just bakes it into he makes a bean burrito for fucking Paris, and just like it explodes into a
Fucking
pyramid or
that
whatever.
fire's so bad.
Beanstalk grows from his corpse. Oh my God!
Well, that's one way to not have a king of Maginox.
I guess Coslow's king now, oops.
I mean, honestly, that's fucking hilarious. You should totally do it. No. Oh my God.
I'm trying to decide if I toss it on the ground or if I give it to him. What do you think, guys? Dealer's choice.
Well, isn't it like if you toss it on the ground, it just explodes or whatever?
It
does one of the things.
You have to plant it and bury it, but if you empty the whole bag on the ground, it explodes.
Okay. Grabella will dig around in her little bag.
This seed right here will either yield you some of the greatest stuff or not. But I want to give it to you, and if it sucks, just throw it away.
We literally have no idea what these beans do.
Yeah, that's why she's just kind of lying.
He extends his hand.
What's this?
I think you grow it.
It's a bean. I'm a chef, ma'am. I can't do anything with bean.
Well, you can give it to your friend here to grow it for you. Just maybe grow this away from everything else.
He looks over the bean.
I have never seen a legume like this.
Yeah, are you good at identifying such beans?
He holds up a little, monocle against his eye.
Yep, it's bean.
We did get it out of the bowels of the Nightbloom in the Nightbloom garden.
Lyrics is also looking at it. What the hell is
It could
that?
also
We actually
be.
don't even know that this is magical, do we? Because nobody detected magic on any of this shit.
No.
The lyrics are just squinting at it.
These are just cool beans Grabella found.
I don't know. They could be great. They could be nothing. I just have a good feeling about it.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but I don't recognize this particular food product, and if I don't know it, I can't feed it to a customer.
Well, yeah, you'd have to try it first.
Larix, you're a outstanding weebalist.
He holds up the bean.
Identify bean.
Yeah,
Da-na-na-na.
identify bean.
Lyrics looks at it.
Damn, Larix, that's 2 20s.
Hell yeah.
There was 20 and an 8. But, 2 wisdom saving throws back to back. He takes the bean and looks at it. What is this? This is not a Maginox legume. Nor is it a pinto, nor a black bean. He just looks it over. I dare say I've never seen anything quite like this. Where did you say you got it from?
It was a present for all that fucking gardening I did for you.
He closes his hands around the bean and mutters a brief incantation.
Oh man, he's really into this bean.
He opens his eyes and looks down at the bean. Interesting. This bean has a fascinating, chaotic, magical aura about it.
Yeah, like I said, I feel like it's gonna be the greatest thing in the world. Or not. But, with your skills, maybe, you'll have better luck than I do, and if you get something super great, let me know, and, we could talk more bean business.
Grabella tries to look smart for a second.
He sniffs it. Are you sure, Miss Grabella? This bean is highly magical.
Well, I mean, maybe you end up with some super cool food thing that you could help your friend here with.
Well, I can't say I can identify the actual origins of this bean, but just due to its magical properties, I dare say, Zeskov, may I... Zeskov just he's like, yeah, just grow it. If it's delicious, let me know. If you die, we won't use it. Like, may I keep this bean? Lyrics looks at Grabella.
As long as we're working on that little bit of mutual respect, sure.
I would...
She gives him a sassy smile.
I would love to see what exactly grows from this.
Me too.
Fascinating. Zeskob, we'll get you cooking for a king, yes?
Yeah. If there's stuff we can do besides helping the fish person, let us know.
Just make sure Tala's happy. I like it when she's happy. She brings me lots of fish.
Okay.
Thanks for visiting, Mr. Greenfinger, and I look forward to making a delightful horse for your king. Our king.
Yeah. Hopefully it's a good thing, the king part. I'm sure the food will be great.
Zeskob shuts the door behind him and Lyrics nods, pocketing the bean. Well, good job, you all. You're doing a fantastic job of selling yourselves to the locals.
Yeah, we got great people skills most of
We're
the time.
business people.
Yeah,
I did not think Zestgob was going to be roused from his depression for anything.
well, you just gotta...
What was the mistake I made earlier? Hype out?
You just gotta hype out people, man.
You must hype. I really need to learn the lingo of the younger age. Well, come along. We still have more merchants to appease.
Yeah.
I'm gonna switch direction. He went. Oh, there's Azrael. Grabella will wave to the person on the roof or whatever is happening behind her.
Jib
Hi,
waves.
Dara.
Oh, hey, Jeb. How you doing, buddy?
Jib waves, and Dara gives Coslo a slight bow.
Grabella's gonna give Jib like 10 gold for just being a cool guy.
He's up on the roof. Hey, what?
She's gonna chuck
gonna-
it at him.
Throw it one gold piece at a time at his face.
No, all of it like a shotgun blast.
Ah, Jesus!
Sorry.
Grabella, what's up?
Mr. President, keep
Huh?
being a cool guy.
Whoa.
And thank you for helping Roxy with everything.
Listen, think absolutely nothing of it. I,
Yep.
Jib Greasegib. Well, I've been doing everything in my power to keep Roxy safe, so that's all I really had to say. But yeah, she's doing great. She's really into the, higher learning thing.
Yeah, we got a pamphlet. I saw a pamphlet.
That she
Looks
drew
good.
it herself. Pure talent.
Yeah, I just think we gotta get a little more on the fancying up some stuff, but, I respect her ingenuity.
She's, really got into making those, what do you call them in religions where you got, like, rules you gotta follow?
Yeah, she was talking about those. I can't remember the word either.
Yeah, whatever. But she was making up all the rules. It was, no, she was writing down. She doesn't like it when I say making up. She's just actually listening to the
What?
inner workings of Azrael, he says with his thumbs
Prophetizing or prostylation. I don't know.
Yeah, but prostheticalizing, yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Prostitution.
Prostituting. Wait.
Prostituting.
Wait. No, she's
Disgust.
definitely not doing that one.
Oh, right. I forgot that's a bad word. Anyway, you enjoy your food and stuff and keep doing a good job.
Yeah, I'm supervising.
Dara gives you this slight bow, Coslow. Good evening, Mr. Greenfinger.
Hey, how's it going? How's everything happening down here?
Well, ever since the change in management, not once, but twice, things have been going quite swimmingly. As you can see, she gestures out to the docks, we have our little gang spread all over the docks, and by your order and guidance, we got the cannons functional. Now our city has some
Excellent.
seaside defenses.
Grabella is also going to give her 10 gold. She's just feeling very generous and happy today and trying to make Kozlo look like a baller.
Dara takes the gold. I love surprise bonuses. Tell me, how did you get the apothecary out of his building?
Yeah, and the chef too.
Larix stops to say hi to another Maginox resident.
Yeah, boy, just, did a couple favors, graced a couple palms, you know how it is. Getting everybody back into, merchant spirits.
Yeah. That.
Very good. I'm sure the rest of your gang is very eager to see, the pocketbooks of tourists back in Maginox.
Yep, I'm working on it, but appreciate you getting cannons and stuff going. That's good.
We were working very hard on the cannons, and C-Swab is taken to organizing a lot of the, what do you call them? Documents in the dock. Making sure that he pores over every single one to know what's coming and going. He's doing a fantastic job.
He really is the smartest, most excellent guy.
Pretty soon, I'm sure he's going to be able to tell you just exactly what your most prized import is. It'll be good info while we get everything back on track. By the way, you don't need anyone removed, do you?
Grabella looks at her new merchant friend who's been showing us around.
What do you say, bud? Anything need removing?
Larix is talking to another resident. He looks up. What?
Has there been
I don't think we
anybody?
need any of that right now, don't worry about it.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
He
Graphilla's
goes back
gotten
to
carried
talking
away.
to the resident. Oh, all right. Hush, hush on the murder.
Yeah, probably. We should probably go talk to whoever that is, Cosmo. I'll just hang back here and look cool with Darna.
All right.
And so I was saying, things down near Coslow's den are going to be absolutely popping off. Oh, but here comes Mr. Greenfinger now. Mr.
Hey, how you
Greenfinger.
doing?
I just wanted to introduce you to a fellow Maginox resident. They live here, not a merchant, but they're very eager to see the economy get back to normal.
Let me tell you, I feel the same way. We're doing a lot of shit to try to make that happen as soon as possible.
My friend here was just telling me how, well, just the other day, these roofs were on fire. Now it looks like nothing's happened at all. Your crew is, well, at the very least, very talented, and they feel better that they're around. So, good job.
Kozlo just nods.
I must be going. I'm on Greenfinger time right now.
Yep.
All right. Just one more. He does the secret knock on the door. Come. They're going to want to meet all of you.
Come on, Adriel.
Knock, knock. More? More, are you in there? Forgive me, before I started knocking on the door. This is the home of one of Maginox's resident carpenters, More Splinterhoof. He's absolutely uncanny with a piece of wood.
Oh my.
However, his favorite imports are from Auralia, and he's been quite frustrated that he cannot get any of the particular Auralian wood that he wants. The door opens, and at the first sight, you think it's Sunny. But this is a much darker furred minotaur. He's all brown with a shock of orangish hair between two curved horns that point directly at you. He looks like he is covered in wood shavings, and he dusts off his hands as he opens the door. Lyrics, he says simply, and with a nod, and then his eyes pass over the rest of you. The large bull frowns deeply, the ring in his nose moving about slightly. Are you okay? Lyrics, nods. Yes, they're not my kidnappers. Mr. Splinterhoof has lost a significant amount of business with the recent chaos. Not just people not coming around and purchasing his fine carved wares, but a significant amount of things have been burnt, pillaged, or destroyed, leaving him with not just low supply, but a massive backlog. More grunts. I thought I said for you to stop using that joke. Backlog?
No, I get it.
Moore just looks at all of you. Listen, I'm not here to chit-chat or talk. Get me my business that I need, or we're going to have a big problem. I have lived in Maginox for over 25 years, and I have never seen anything like this. And I blame it on poor, weak, inferior leadership. We should not have any sort of disruption in commerce in a place like Maginox. absolutely preposterous. And you've brought me a single goblin to fix it?
When she hears this, Gribella's gonna rock up a little bit closer so he can see her.
Hi.
He gives the Gribella a look up and down. He's sizing you up, Gribella.
She will smile at him with a bit of intimidation if you want me to roll that up.
Yeah, please.
Well, that was a bad
Oh,
intimidation.
And
She's got a little spice to her, but she's tired.
you step forward to kind of like make yourself more visible, and your hip knocks into the crate next to you, and it goes across the
Ew.
ground. Moore just snorts at you and looks back to Larix and Kozlo and Azriel. Where's my business, Larix? Well, Larix steps aside. Well, why don't you, Mr. Greenfinger, take this angry bull by the horns? By the way, Moore does not like lots of words. Little word, big meaning.
All right. I'll keep it simple then. We're cleaning up the docks. We got cannons and harbor defenses coming in more and more every day. We're making sure that your shit's not getting stolen, which means other merchants are gonna start seeing profits as well, which means lots more traffic, which means more business.
And who are you, little green thing?
Well, you got it partially right. It's Kozlo Greenfinger, and I'm in charge around here now.
Moore lifts an eyebrow and spits on the ground a little bit. Where are you from? You're not from Maginox. I've never seen you around here before.
Let's just say I got an eye for opportunity and for making sure everybody comes out of things on top.
Opportunity. Name one thing you've made better.
The docks? I just said that.
Azrael points to the smoking crater just like down there.
Oh yeah, also we blew up the Thieves Guild.
Moore takes that a lot more seriously, and he uncrosses his arms from his chest and looks over at Larix, and Larix gives him a nod of like, yes, that is what they did. And for a long moment he is quiet, he thinks, and he looks at Kozlo and then back at Gorbella.
Also, how are you not getting business when literally everything was broken?
He,
Wait a minute.
Smirks.
he shrugs and says, "Supply. Can't get any wood here."
What would help you with your wood?
She tries not to laugh.
I need the boats coming back in. I need Auralian logs. They're the only things that hold up.
Nothing local at all? And I'm just curious.
More, he nods. There's enough wood in Maginox for me to make anything, yes. But different clientele like different types of finishes. Some things, some woods are darker, others lighter. And, well, Auralian wood has a certain look to it. Cleans up really nice. So, it's a prized commodity here in Maginox, especially for the, long-lived. You get my drift.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was just wondering if we could connect you with something local so things keep up, but I understand needed fancy stuff too, don't get me wrong.
Local carpenters are gonna be a dime a dozen. I, however, am renowned, legendary for my work.
Well, what about lumbersmiths, I guess is the word I meant to use? Question mark?
She's like genuinely trying to understand what he's talking about, not trying to make fun of him anymore.
He looks at the ground. My lumberjacks for local wood were unfortunately killed in the chaos. So I will almost entirely rely on, for the moment, logs brought in from overseas. At least to keep my higher level clientele happy.
Grabelle is gonna whistle, calling over Jib.
Hey, Jib!
He dances over. Hey! Yes,
We
ma'am.
got any, strong people that ain't been too busy as of late, or don't have anything to do now that things are a little more cleaned up?
Strong.
You know, could cut down and haul some trees with the right equipment.
Yeah, I got a couple people in mind. What you thinking?
Well,
Chopping wood? He waggles his eyebrows.
yeah, this guy right here used to have some lumbersmith jack people, and he doesn't right now, and maybe we can help him out temporarily, or something, till we can get the boats in that he needs for the other stuff, too.
Oh, yeah. Hey, buddy. He looks down at Moore. We've got a couple guys, brothers, couple hobgoblin guys. Dog Greg and Ovlug. Excuse, Dog Greg and Ovlug. And, they're pretty burly. I'm sure they'd be more than happy to haul some wood for you.
Yeah, we could keep him on our payroll for now until you can afford to pay him and work you back up a little bit.
You mean to say you're giving me these lumberjacks for free?
Well, until your business is a little bit better, then you can start paying him yourself. Unless you got that money now. I'm just trying to understand your situation better, I guess.
Consider it a stimulus package.
Yeah, for your wood.
Consider me stimulated.
My.
He folds his arms back across his chest. Fine. I see you're at least putting in a little effort. But until I see ships coming in and out of that dock, don't worry more. They're going to be blowing very soon. By the way, Coslow wanted to invite you to something. Coslow?
Oh yeah, we're having a trade fair / get together / bunch of food and bows. You're invited.
He scratches his chin.
We got some really nice beer about it, too.
I accept. I'll see you when your party happens.
Yeah, we'll get a
Perfect.
letter or something out.
More goes back into his shop and shuts the door. Well, I dare say you've made quite a few of these merchants. Well, rather impressed with you, Coslow, Bella, Asriel.
We are very impressive.
Yeah, I gotta make sure to not make fun of people when they're being sassy, but
A lot
we
of
do
these
our
merchants,
best.
we are all going to be hurt in our own ways. Moore not only lost a couple people close to him, but he lost a significant amount of business. And he can't be lumberjack and carpenter.
Yeah, that part really did sound like it sucked, so we'll help him out best we can, and if we keep having the guys to spare, we'll just let that happen, I guess. Yeah, I don't
He's
know.
just one of those types of people where if he's not working, then he has no purpose in life. And he truly loves his craft.
Does he make furniture by chance?
He does. Some of the finest you've ever seen.
We need to remember that and put in an order.
You have a bevy of incredibly talented individuals at your disposal, Coslow, and you're making quite the impression on them. I dare say you may be one of the best things to happen to the Maginox stocks in, well, quite some time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want this place to do as well just as much as everybody else does. I know it's easy to think that, people are coming in for, their own purposes, but, Happy Maginox means a happy pocketbook for everybody, and...
Well, just so we're clear, we're absolutely planning to get rich, but the best way we can get rich is if the rest of you get rich as well.
Yeah.
That is entirely understandable. But I think with your muscle, your brain, and your leadership, well, we can both be absolutely filthy rich by the time this is all said and done. And of course, after our insurance payments have been paid for our slightly singed roofs. Lyrics finally extends a hand to Coslow.
Coslow will shake his hand.
To a grand future business partnership.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do make sure you talk to Catherine about that plant, though. Or let us know if you need help. Or if it gets to be too much, man, that ego's really pretty. I want one.
I'll worry about the plants. You worry about making an absolute spectacle of your bar. You've gotten the merchant's curiosity. Now you just need to sweep them off your feet, and they will be at your beck and call.
If the plant doesn't eat you, will you sell me a clipping or something when it's ready?
Grabella's really into this plan.
I am greatly looking forward to your planned invitation and just how well you're going to spruce up Oz's den. It better be impressive. For now...
Cosmos den, actually.
Right. That is where we will end the session today, as the bulk of the merchants of Maginox have been greatly appeased, and now you have a valuable ally in the apothecary, Lyrics. You have promised the merchants a spectacular party at Coslow's Den, and so you will need to plan something that is sure to impress. That is the end of today's session, and your power and influence and respect grows, as now you not only have the gang, but you now potentially have the merchants of Maginox in your back pocket. Did you guys have fun?
Yeah.
Harassing merchants.
Yes. And now is just party time. With the occasional, who's gonna babysit that bean? I don't know.
I'm very curious to
Nightbloom
see.
Doesn't kill Lyrics, the beam certainly will.
The bean surely will.
I really want to know what happens to him in the plants.
He's just got the bean in his pocket. He's like, oh, I can't wait to go home and plant this bean, see what grows. Ah!
Like,
She did say to plant it away from everything else, just to be sure.
8 and 12 options on this list are absolutely lethal to random fucking, merchant.
Oh yeah, a treant sprouts. There's a 50% chance the treant is chaotic evil. Okay.
I fought one of those a couple weeks ago. It was not good.
Oh god.
I like this one, though. An animate immobile stone statue in your likeness rises. It makes verbal threats against you. If you leave it and others come near, it describes you as the most heinous of villains and directs the newcomers to find and attack you. Like, that would be perfect for him to roll.
Yes, or the fruit tree
mercenary.
that spawns magic potions would actually go really well.
Yes. Oh my god.
I think there was something about mushrooms.
Yeah, there's a mushroom one in there
too. The geyser of either water, beer, berry, juice, tea, vinegar, or wine, or oil. Oh my god, this is fucked.
I had to take the beans, it just looked too cool. Grabella will not do anything good with this, but I will enjoy every bit of it.
You have 7 beans left, so don't forget.
I deserve these beans for pruning that thing.
It's like you're gonna get all the merchants in your back pocket, and then fucking Lyric's gonna plant that bean, and it's gonna be just a fucking tree bomb goes off. Oh my god! It's domestic terrorism.
I need a DM ruling on this one. 1d4 plus 8 bright pink toads crawl forth. Whenever a toad is touched, it transforms. Oh, the toad is touched. Never mind. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fucking horrifying, though. That's how we destroy the ducks all over again, you guys.
Look, he looked like he was identifying it. At this point, it's in his hands.
He was just casting detect magic on it.
Yeah.
Larix does not know identify.
Hopefully he pays someone to identify it.
No, this is on us. We have destroyed the ducks. It'll be fine.
The pink toads is fine. The bulette, the best a man can get. That's bad.
Yeah, the fucking pyramid, 60-foot square pyramid with a fucking mummy lord in the middle.
I literally cannot wait.
It doesn't explicitly say the mummy lord would like be angry though. Like he could just be like, "Oh, you know what? I always wanted beachfront property in Maginox. Actually, thanks."
What does it have to be like properly cultivated, or does it just have to be planted?
It sprouts in a minute.
Oh, okay.
So
I can cause chaos at any moment as long as there is dirt.
Yes, and dirt and water. Yep. And 1 minute. But yes,
these are really big beans, though.
That
it weighs
mummy lord is
a pound for each bean.
Yes, the huge beans.
It's like 4 pounds worth of beans you got there, Grabella.
That mummy lord reaction though is like exactly what would happen because like he's a creature of the night, right? He's like, I claim amnesty, and then looks at the docks from his beachfront pyramid and is like, ah, this is nice.
Yeah, this is good. This is good.
Behold my minions.
This'll be fine. Everything's fine.
I say, how big is a
Nothing
60? Hold on, let me look at his house. Let me measure out a 60-foot pyramid. I have to do this before the session is over. Okay, so we got 60.
He can't possibly be smart enough to have a garden somewhere else, is he?
No.
Like it completely decimates this entire block here.
Yeah, it's
Just-
it's like this big.
Yeah.
Not a perfect square, but yeah. So both Moore's house or Moore's store and Lyric's store are totally gone.
I hope he
shall
has
see.
bean insurance.
It's terrible insurance. Maginox, no one pays.
I'm just happy Cosmo still has a flower crown.
He is making all those charisma checks with the flower crown.
I'm beautiful.
All right, everybody. For next week, you have a party to plan.
Yes, the partiest of parties and a lunch as well.
Yes, and a lunch with a certain Lunesti king, or soon-to-be king. Very good. Well, for tonight, I will let you all go. Thank you for playing with me. And I will see you all Monday for more Kaamos shenanigans.
Sounds good.
All right. Have a good night, everybody.
See ya.
Good night. And that is it for Arctis today. Well, thanks for watching. Catch up on our VODs over on Arctis DD on YouTube. Watch our shorts and funny moments over on TikTok and on Twitter at Play Arctis. And I'm your DM, Zarina. Hey. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the subbies today, etc. Jigaman. Hey. Honey. Greatly appreciated. Thanks for dropping by. And thanks, oh, Muko, and thank you for the sub. And Pwog, hey. Evening to you. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you all. Nukiashi. And I'll see you Wednesday for Arctis Ascended. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.